That's not better. Jeez Louise. Shoot. Thanks. Hang on. Going back to my.
Can I use you guys' shower?
Nope. That is not where I want to go.
It's not going to click PRO before disconnected.
Oh, I see why. It's not connecting. Oh, it wouldn't be Bluetooth. That's why. Oh, it's this kind of stuff that's driving me bananas. Stand by. Sorry, guys. You guys, for some reason. Okay, I'm dumping out completely. Everybody rejoin. I'm gonna just dump out completely and redo it. Is that any better? Let's see.
Yes, better.
No more echo, but nobody's on stage. So let's see when somebody gets on stage, if that's better. And then I did something where I can't hear anybody now.
Sounds good, I think.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't hear the echo now.
So you're saying you had
Correct.
somebody in Texas?
Yeah, so we've got a guy in Texas, and because one question that keeps on coming up from everybody is, what do we do about like a $300,000 to $500,000 place? What he does is he markets to the sellers, even if they have a realtor, but we don't really deal with the realtor. It's the way he does it is through direct mailing, which I think is, I don't know if that's really the smartest way to go, because we've got so many others. But he markets to them and says, hey, we're going to be your plan B. And we'll try to get your deal through seller. It's through like a lease to own.
Name isn't Jack, is it?
Who do you know there? I'd love to talk to more people for sure. He's a super good dude, but he has a class.
John Jack. It's not John Jackson, is it?
Is that I know it's John. Did you already do his whole thing?
I bet it's John Jackson. He's out of Texas.
Yeah. Did you already do his deal?
I have this course from probably 15 years ago. I know he's really good at. Well, it just rang a bell, but
yep, John Jackson. That's exactly it. That's the little guy. Super good guy, older guy. I think the way of doing things. Yeah. So did you do the course, or did you just, because you spent a little bit of money on that if you did?
Yeah, I must have a while ago. Several years. I've probably spent $100,000 in education over the last 20 years. Probably more than that, actually. So every boot camp, guru, lease option, rent to own, you name it.
Okay, so now this is kind of a rude question on my part, but what held you back from doing what you love? I mean, what happened? Because you sound like you got all the education.
Yeah, no. It's just finding what you want to do. What's probably held me back the most is having my license, and I would just always revert back to doing deals with my license. And I get busy, what do they call it? Shiny object syndrome.
Oh, okay.
Let me shut my office door quick. My kids are home.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that's a ton of money that you put into it.
Yeah, it was spread out over 20 years
Still.
probably, but
I mean,
yeah, still.
let's try to. I mean, that's a great goal, is to recoup that. You know, let's go after
Oh,
that.
I
and
think
figure-
I think I have. I mean,
okay,
I've probably made over $1 million in just real estate.
okay,
Commissions alone. But of course, this is also spread over. I think I've had my license since 2007. I've been
yeah,
in real estate since '01. So anyway, no, he rang a bell. Like all these, there's really nothing new out there. I guess it's just a matter. I love the virtual aspect of this. This is kind of what drew my attention.
yeah. This helps
Yeah,
a ton.
I think if
Well,
if you're an agent, it's going to be hard to market the way he does it. It's going to be expensive too.
Right. And so as an agent, like he's going in, I mean, you probably know the course, but what he's telling me is he's plan B. Like, hey, keep
Right.
your agent, keep your house on the market. You've been on 30 days or more. I'm just plan B. I have nothing to do with you and your agent. If I find somebody that wants to come in and buy your house on a lease option, meaning they usually can't qualify, he'll vet them, which is the biggest piece of this whole thing. He will run them through his financials, knowing that they can't qualify for a traditional loan, but making sure that they've got, income and that they've got consistency, and that they're, because a lot of these guys, especially in Texas, because you're a border town, they have people coming up from Mexico that want to buy houses, but they can't qualify for loans. And so that's where he comes in, and he tries to market to the sellers, saying, hey, let us be your plan B. And then he markets via these mailers to everybody else, trying to say, hey, if you can't, I feel like there's a little bit of an antiquated process for what he's doing, and if we can update it and bring him to the, to 2025 and
Yeah, I wonder if it sounds like he's probably trying to get a step ahead. I'm sure his course has changed over the years, and I don't remember. I just know that he was really good in Texas, because I know Texas has different laws too when it comes to contract for deed, rent to own,
Yep.
seller financing. But it's probably smart. He's probably trying to get a step ahead on like pre-expired listings, right? Because I think
Well,
expired listings are, yeah,
even when they're not expired, he all he cares about is 30 days. If it's been on 30 days, then they're struggling, and he just comes in. He's not charging anything to market it. He's just getting the permission from the seller and then going for it. And so it's an interesting way of doing things. You sound like you've already, gone down that road, but I really would love for everybody else to. Because we've got, like, he doesn't know about Wholesale Atlas. He's not one of those guys that's going and searching for these things. He's throwing out a net and hoping that his marketing, his mailers is going to get people, calling him. And he said he'll put out 1,000 mailers and get about 4 responses. And so I'm like, with social media and what we can do today. And again, when you're older, you tend to stay in your same lane that you've been doing, that everything has been working, but everything around us has changed so much. And so admitting to that, I don't think he will. And that's why I would love to come in and try to help, bring him to something like this. I think he would be of value to everybody here. So we'll see what happens.
yeah.
But also I've got another Mikey, who's my guru, and my team. We are getting leads, and we want to start. This is going to be probably in the next few weeks again. We're going to sell the leads, because these leads, where they're different, and what I don't like about leads, what I've always not liked about leads, is somebody says, hey, here's 1,000 houses. These are leads. Call on them. And I'm like, well, how do you even know if that's a lead? These leads that we're going to start selling, we'll vet them. and make sure they're good. But the best part is you get to hear the audio from the call with the seller, so you can hear exactly what the motivation is for the seller. It might be somebody saying, oh, I lost my job and I need to get out of this thing because I can't handle this, or my kids just moved to Tennessee, I want to go and live with them, or whatever it is. You're going to hear the full motivation of the first, the cold callers are helping to get that part of it. But then we're going to sell them that way, and they're not going to be, it's not going to be cookie cutter. It's not going to be, $400 per lead. It's going to depend on the lead and how much work it needs. We're going to determine it could be $25, $50 instead of, $300 or $400 or $500. It's in process. We're trying to figure it out. I hope it's something that you guys would like. But also we are thinking, we're toying with it, as long as we're JVing with you guys, that when the deal goes through, you get reimbursed whatever it is you paid for the lead out of the closing costs. So it's got teeth. I love the fact that you get to hear the actual lead getting propagated and hear exactly what the seller's motivation is.
So they're calling off-market properties. They are
advertising that will sell your house. It's those, any of those ones that you see, like, Lucy buys houses or whatever. And then they get calls from the sellers saying, hey, call me back. I want to know more. And so they're motivated leads to start off with. And then you get to hear exactly why they're motivated. And so I think it's a way better. It's the only way I would purchase leads. I'm not gonna buy a list of leads from somebody. I just am not gonna do that. It's usually 500 leads for $1,000 or something, and they're like, well, it's only $2 a lead, and you're like, yeah, but I can do that already. I want the ones that are the next step, that have gotten to the next step. So that's coming out. We're just building the website and doing everything right now. So we'll see. I can probably find an example of one of the leads. Hey guys, can you throw one example of the leads into? Well, I haven't vetted it. Let me do it once I'll get a lead that I know is, because I've got example ones. And now I'm echoing again. Don't know why. That just started. Okay, so but what you're getting back into it? Are you making phone calls today? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll be making phone calls. So, I don't know what. Probably a bunch of lowball offers, and probably, there's so much. I mean, you're talking about leads, and I'm thinking that sounds awesome. I mean, there's probably no bad way to do it, but I think inventory is growing, right, on the MLS. So there's unlimited supply, and and the days on market just keep going up and up and up and up, and it's like, start planting the seeds. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to track everything, because I have a feeling that, well, if they're 30 days on the market or 60 days, if they don't want to do it now, then just come back to them every couple of weeks and keep following up, because these people aren't gonna, unless they sell. But save the Zillow link in your spreadsheet or whatever, and then go back. That's why I was asking.
The follow-ups.
I was asking at the beginning. Yeah, and you even get into commercial. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's starting to blow up in commercial, because they have these 5-year notes that are coming due all over. So it's a good time. It's a good time to be in this space.
You can find those on Cruxy all day long.
Right.
It tells you exactly their maturity date and everything. So that's a great way to find their maturity date.
And the way this AI is flying, I mean, Buy Box Wholesale, is incredible what they're doing with AI, and I can just imagine what they're building, continuing to build. So we can just keep making offers, put them in the follow-up system, keep going and going and going.
The follow-up is everything. It's so funny because you hear gurus say time kills all deals, and I think it's just the opposite. I think time like matures deals too. Like it's your best friend. Being patient is a big part of this whole thing.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
cool.
that's it.
Let me know.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, let me know how I can help. And you're loving
Absolutely.
Atlas, huh?
Love Atlas. Yes. Yes. Do
And
you
if-
know what he is, what he's got in store for the next phase? There's like another
I know
level.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm dying to see. But hey, you know that you can sell straight from Atlas too, right? Like you can put it on the Atlas, which is the marketplace.
Yeah.
I don't think. Okay, I didn't know if you knew that or not, because that's a big deal. Let me show that to you guys real quick. So, we went through it with them the other day. I'm not massively in love with this, but I see where it's going, and it's going to get better and better. But right now, like they have people and their buy boxes. And one thing I've told them is like, okay, that's cool, but I need to know who these guys are so I know where to direct it. But they're saying that it all happens automatically in their back end. And so if you want to find something in Nashville or, this Tennessee area, and you want to see the leads that are possible for this guy, there they all are. So these are what he's looking for. And so then you submit it. Like if you pick let's pick this house. Cash flow is negative. Let's go to something that makes sense here. Well, again, these could be the least owned kind of thing. So analyzing this, but this is what he likes. And so we go into here. Also in that lower right-hand corner, you can find buy boxes for this property. Again, it's a lot of automation, so you don't really get a whole lot of feedback on like, okay, so I sent this deal in, but is that something they really want? So that's where I'm still kind of on the fence on this one, but at least you're finding buy boxes for these guys. You just don't have any direct connection to the investor. That's where I'm kind of having a hard time. So if you hit find buy boxes, they're saying, oh yeah, these investors are going to be into it. It's coming, and I think it's going to get better. I just think it needs to be a little bit less automated, more manual, that you can actually reach out to the buyers. As of now, it doesn't feel like you can. But they're saying, oh no, it just goes into the system and then they'll contact you. And I'm like, meh, I don't trust that. I don't trust that people will contact me. But
Right.
it's a growing, it's growing.
Yeah, I think if I had a smoking deal, I'd probably want to reach out directly to
100%.
a couple people, 3 people maybe, and then I don't know if I want to blast it off unless some of the address and the contact information are suppressed. I don't want to.
Right, and exactly the reason. Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
the reason I like. Here, I'll just go to this one. That I like Investor Lift. Okay, because I'm getting their contacts. Like there they are, and I just call them and I go in and I check on this. This is my property that I own, but now I've got a little bit more responsibility. It's not just automated.
You sent that to 151 buyers?
More than that. Let's see. So
Okay.
that one was Comanche. Yeah, 151. And what's cool is, I mean, with Investor Lift, you can just like propagate more leads. Oh wait, I'm to my max here because I've got all these. But these are all then you can be proactive and you can call all these guys and figure out what they're looking for. And so, you know, as just names and numbers, they're kind of worthless because you really don't know what they're looking for and what they want. But
Right.
once you get them tied to your property, then it's a lot easier. So, and again, investor list is incredibly expensive, but they've been kind enough to give us an affiliate link. And I've got to figure out what kind of advantage there is, but a great place to go for selling your leads for sure.
Well, and if they're cash deals, PropStream is easy enough to find buyers. They've already bought typically within the neighborhood.
Yeah, and that's
But I don't know.
again,
I don't know.
Investor Lift does that as well, where they have a. Let's go to like a buyer's map. I don't use it as much as my team does. So let's go to.
How much is an Investor Lift?
How much is it? I paid 20 grand for a year, but it comes with
Holy shit.
you get, yeah, it's pricey, but you get tokens and you use those tokens to buy. So there's this thing. I mean, they've got a thing called God mode, and if this was in the area of my property, the beauty is I can go in and see who's buying in this area, and so I just click on them, and then I've got their information down here, and so those two people are buying in this area, and then it also gives you a really nice they'll show their score. Where is their score? Hold on. So they've got a score of 1,000.
This is worth it to you. You've
Oh yeah,
made a return on it.
100%. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because and at the same time, I'm building my buyers list too through here. So I've got now, I've got 1,600 buyers that I can reach out to, that I have, you know, they're my buyers now, and so I've got all that information. So I can go to those buyers, call them, and say, "Hey, we're doing a push right now, in your area. Do you want us to find anything for you? Anything you're looking for?" And boy, am I echoing again. I'm not sure why. Maybe
Yeah, you're
it's-
breaking up pretty bad. I don't know if it's your internet or mine. Or
I think it's
anyway.
yours this time. I'm going to call it on yours. I've
Okay.
done direct connect. I'm totally direct connect, and I've got fiber, and I've got the microphone now. So,
All right, must be mine.
all right. So that's that. I'll check in with Eric later, bro.
Thanks.
Okay, Eric. If you're echoey, then we know it's me. Come on up. How are you, sir?
How we doing?
Hey, how's it going?
So I talked to Marissa, the one with the mortgage takeover.
Yeah.
I texted her twice. One during the day after we got off the stream, or the
Okay.
live stream, whatever. She didn't get back to me, and I texted her again later that night, and then she just got back to me. She let me know that she hasn't gotten any payout yet, but she got another offer from another investor wanting to make this similar to what we're asking her. So, but she said she hasn't said anything to them yet until she gets the payoff. So I kind of want to.
Okay. Give me that address again. Let's just take a look at it and see.
Yeah, let me find it.
The payoff, all we need is a mortgage statement. That's well, I mean, we want both, but the mortgage statement will give us what she owes, what the owner owes. And Ryan, I think it's your side. That's why I was echoing, because Eric is not echoing, and he's much younger. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. You want me to keep this one private?
Yeah.
All right. I always wonder if I give the same advice when I look at the property the second time. So we'll see. If I totally change my own, like, oh, you should do this. But that says a lot too. Sometimes it's really important to step away and get a different perspective. Okay, I remember this one. Okay, so and we figured they owe 135, right?
He says, yeah, to not be able to come out of pocket, it was like 155. But with too much rehab going on, there's no way they're getting a cash deal from any investor. So really, the mortgage takeover is the only way to go about it.
And 1,400 was right for rents. I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, if we were, why are you saying 155?
That was so that they don't go out of pocket. But yeah, they owe very
Yeah, but
close
we
to-
don't. Yeah, but we don't care if they go out of pocket.
Right.
Like if they have to. That again, we didn't put them in this situation, and so they just have to understand that they're going to have to pay their realtor and they're going to have to do stuff. So I mean, taking over their loan of 135. Let's look at it. Let me remember. Yeah, even at 135, we cash flow $400 a month. If we know for sure that that's a good rent. Let's double check the rent. I just want to make extra sure. So the way I'll do it is using the real estate. Never will get the name right. Real estate deal analyzer. I don't know why I can't get that right ever. It'll pop up for me right away. They're saying 1,500 on deal analyzer. So 1,400 is definitely solid. Then I'm happy with that price. Yeah, I mean that's the only way this one works is we just come in and take it over and that's it. And so the way that you explain the mortgage takeover and what we do, and I think this is a really important distinction because we want to say the way we do it is a trust acquisition. We're going to help you put your property into a trust, and then we're going to buy 90% of the trust. I think that explanation is way better than, yeah, there's going to be a trust and you'll own 10%, and then because it sounds shady as crap that they own 10%. But if you say, hey, we're only going to buy 90% of it, your 10% is bringing a mortgage. And so that 10% stays in place so that the mortgage can stay in place.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I think this is the only way this one really works. I know you want to give them money to help them out or to incentivize them, but it is rent ready. And if these pictures are recent, and that's the first question.
I have updated pictures as well.
Okay. Are they better or worse?
Just at the upstairs. No, it's about the same, but a little bit. You get a little bit deeper into the condition, and you can see a little bit more about how much rehab needs to be done. I can send them over.
So, and be careful to think that everything needs rehab too, because this is rent ready. The way it looks to me, I would not have a problem not doing a thing and getting it, because they already did some upgrades, like in the that bathroom's been kind of upgraded. It's not pretty, but it's got the bowl sink and the there's a nice tile in the shower and everything. I always want you guys to be careful. Like rent ready is fine as long as somebody's willing to live in there. Usually that means just coming in and cleaning it up a little bit. So this is definitely rent ready, but at 155 it doesn't cash flow. We want to just take it over because you're saying a $20,000 down payment basically, and I don't see it. You know what I mean? So yeah, we want to come in and zero it down, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. You should have about 7 more of these in the pipeline as you're working on this one. But it's really nice to be able to come in and help somebody out and get them. Sometimes it's just the burden of the mortgage is where they're at. And sometimes we just can't give them any extra money. It's not that we don't want to, but in a lot of deals, we can't because it doesn't make sense as an investment.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. That's all I got going for right now.
Okay.
That other dude called me back while I was at work last night, so I couldn't really do anything.
The angry, the
No,
angry
not
one.
the angry guy. Oh no. Oh, that'd be funny. Hey, yeah, actually, I wanted to hear your offer after I hung up on you. No, the guy that I talked to a few months back. But
Oh yeah.
so he's at a doctor's appointment right now, apparently.
Okay.
Waiting to hear back.
Remind me. Let me look at that address real quick.
Yeah, that was the nicer one. I really already sent it. I think I already sent it to you.
Yeah, Pinehurst.
Yeah.
Oh no, Pinehurst was.
Oh, it was 2114.
Canyon Lake. Yeah. I love that guy yesterday. Angry. That whole company was angry. I don't know if that was just a cultural thing. Because
No,
I don't know. They were just so mad. They're sick of wholesalers, I'll tell you that much. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so now in this one, what are you waiting to hear back from him?
when I texted
No,
him.
what do you want to hear back from him?
If they have no mortgage, seller finance works out for this.
Okay, cool. So we're going seller finance if we can. Also, this one is one of those that is good for the lease to own. After talking to John yesterday, trying to find a buyer
Mm-hmm.
that can't qualify for a loan, and this is in Texas, which a lot of times the border towns have an influx of people that have come across the border that are just trying to. They might even have a great business going. They just can't qualify for a loan. So it's got potential. Okay, yeah. Let me know what they say about this one.
Now you wouldn't pitch how does the lease option work? I know you said that you go just like direct to the seller.
Yeah, so it's getting somebody in for a down payment. So in this situation, you'd ask probably about 5%. So a good, let's see. Yeah, I like a $25,000 down payment. And then you would figure out what your monthly is for your loan. This one's great because it's got a 3.53 interest rate. And what you do, it's called a wrap. What you do is you keep that loan. So you're going to keep the loan, and then you're going to find somebody that
if
can't.
there is a loan, does the lease option work with or without a loan?
Without a loan, of course, yeah. That's just called seller finance.
Okay.
So where you the beauty of the lease option is, if we're talking about this one, they owe 118. So if they owed more, it's better. But we're going to take over that mortgage at the 3.53, and we're going to then market it to a buyer that can't qualify. And we're going to say, hey, since you can't qualify, your interest rate is going to be 8%, and we'll need 25% down so you have skin in the game, which is way less than the 20% down that some loans will ask for, and a little bit more than an FHA, the first time home buyers program. But then you're making your rental income. You're allowing this cash flow positive in the margin between the 3.53 and the 8% loan.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, and so that extra money there. So let's say their payment for this is like $2,500. You say, rent, your lease option rent payment is going to be $3,500. So now you're cash flowing $1,000 a month. And then they have the option in 2 years. In Texas, I think you can do up to 3 years. In 3 years, they can.
Hang on. Let's see. Hello.
Hey Eric, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I just spoke with the seller. I asked him to give them a call.
Yeah.
He says that now they have it listed as in foreclosure. So I don't know if that deal will work now, because now that it's in foreclosure, he's probably going to need truly to have it paid off. They're saying that they will need actual contract in order to consider putting the foreclosure on hold.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely get something worked out. Would he be able to get us a mortgage statement at the minimum, just so we can see what we're working with?
I can ask him. He just said that whenever he called, they said that they're going to send him an email. It will show like the minimum amount that is needed. I'll see if he maybe can log in to see like his most recent mortgage statement.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that's all we basically need, just that front page. Do you want to get back to me and see how fast he can get that to us, or is he busy today, or?
He's at work right now in a training class, but I'm sending him a text to see if he can just log in and send a screenshot at least.
Yeah, we can make that work. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, just let us know when he gets back to you, and then we'll get working on this as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right. No problem. Bye-bye.
Okay, so he's not in foreclosure yet. He's if you get a contract, that stops the foreclosure. This is a motivation that you need. He's got to make a decision, and so you're in the driver's seat for this kind of thing. Taking over that mortgage is going to be such a blessing to him that he can walk away. His credit doesn't get ruined. Everything works well for him. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, but it also allows him to get away from the burden and have his credit wrecked. And so that's why we do it. The best thing the thing that I'm most proud of with all the trust acquisition deals that I've done is I've remained friendly with every single one of the people that have done it with me, because it wasn't a situation where I was coming out and taking advantage of them being in a bad situation. I was coming in and helping them out of a bad situation. So we became friends. I mean, it's one of them ended up being my property manager. And so it's a positive. It can be a very positive experience, but you have to make sure you focus on that for sure. So yeah, get the mortgage. If you get that, please DM it to me right away, because now you're under a time clock. We need to get a contract over to them if this is what we're going to do, and get them to sign it as soon as possible to stop the foreclosure. And again, once they talk to the bank is going to be like, oh, we don't do sub twos. Okay. And we'll say, yeah, absolutely. We don't want to do a sub two either. We want to do a trust acquisition, because we want that they're going to put their home into a trust and sell the trust. It ends up not being a real estate transaction as much as just the purchase of a trust. And then we'll take care of the loan from then on. How far behind is he?
He said, I asked her, which I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, they don't foreclose on people that are behind.
I said, this is like the first text out to her too. I asked her if they knew of any of arrears, and then she told me he doesn't have any liens currently. I can ask him to request a new payoff amount. And that was the only thing she said about that.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't see any tax liens or anything like that either.
Right.
So I'm just curious. It sounds like he's behind, and so if he's behind a ton, it's not going to work, because the margin's too slim.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I will. Yeah, I'll get that over to you as soon as possible. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
find some properties to call on while I'm waiting on that. So
Good.
let's
Yep.
pass.
Always. That is the right answer, sir. All right. Good job. Keep on plugging away.
Keep pumping it out.
Okay, bro. Take it easy. All right. Let's see who else is here. Is seeing if Tyrell is here. I don't see him. Does anybody see Problem by Storm? I don't see him. Mr. To the Top, I haven't talked to you for a while. Tell me what's going on in your life. Let's figure out what's happening. How's your search going? Did I still line up? Yeah, sure. If you want to, that's with I kind of did it yesterday and I wasn't very fruitful. So yeah, we can definitely do that. I asked them if they have a video too that we can go through. But yeah, to be honest, I mean, I pulled them aside yesterday just when we were in the middle of another talk, and I wasn't super satisfied with the answers. I was asking a lot of questions, and the answers were getting kind of. I mean, the questions were getting kind of ignored. So I don't know if it's going to be very fruitful. Okay, Josh, I'll hang tight with you. Just raise your hand when you're ready, or I'll just leave you there and you can come up at any time. Yeah, I was a little bit bummed. That's why I mean, even when we were talking about this today, it just doesn't. I mean, what's great is finding definitely finding the multifamily in Atlas mode is great. But all the other stuff, like I was saying, it's all automated, and so it's so funny. I don't know. There's a story about Betty Crocker when they first came out with cake mix that all you have to do is add water and bake it, and it failed miserably. And it's kind of coinciding with this. And the reason it failed is because the housewife didn't feel like, and this was back in the 50s. So, your cakes and everything was an important part of who you were. The housewife didn't feel like they were doing enough. And so they felt fraudulent a little bit because they're just adding water. And so when they changed it to add water and an egg, it changed everything and it became as successful as it is today. That adding an egg made it so they had some kind of something they did, even though adding water is pretty much the same as adding an egg. But that's what made them successful. And so I think it's the same thing with Atlas mode. Right now, it's very automated, and that's to make it easier. But I feel like we also don't have a whole lot of understanding on who we're talking to, if anybody. And so, yeah. So let me get a better understanding from them as well, and see what they can do for us, and see if they can make that a little bit more. I don't know, just a little bit more helpful because guys, I mean, you can join the Atlas anytime you want. Also, um, if you have any buyers, we've got a link. Marilyn will put it in. You can put it through our link, and then as a team, we can have a set of buyers in Atlas mode, in the Atlas. Here, let me see. Let me see if I have it. Marilyn, do you have that link or no? Let's see. She's usually right on it. So let's go to the dashboard. The Atlas is awesome because it's a marketplace for all our deals. But I think we're just a little ahead of the time right now. So we gotta be. So here's my team link. Where is it? Shoot. Okay, I've got a team link. I don't know if that's it. Oh yeah, it's that simple. So my team link is Trent. So if you guys want to, then you get to be part of my team, which has all these buyers in it right now, that you can put your listings in front of. And so it's kind of kind of a great place. So if you want to, we'll put, whenever we JV with you, we always put we put your property in the atlas as well as an investor lift, and that's how we plus we also will put it in front of buyers that we have a personal relationship with, and those are the most important ones for sure. But yeah, join up the atlas is great. If you use the if you want to join my team, just use my what do you go, I guess a promo code Trent, and we'll start building that team. Okay. All right, guys, you guys are quiet today. Junior K, are you at work? Yeah, I am selling the Comanche Grove one. I've put it up on the Matt. Yeah, I've put it up on. Yeah, I just want to see what I can get for it. So the assignment fee, I think we're at 92 right now. I'm testing the waters and just, again, everything I do, and the reason I pull triggers and buy properties is because I want to learn the process. And so for me, the best way to learn the process is to actually do it. And so yeah, that one is up. More than likely, yeah, it is on Atlas as well. More than likely, I think that one is going to sell around 75. And so I'll sell that one, and then somebody can come in and take over the mortgage on it. Again, it cash flows exactly what it rents for. So as far as a cash flow positive property, not super great as far as that goes, but it's turnkey. And so it's one of those that it's got, you've got nothing to do. Here we go. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to do inside of it because it is pretty pristine. It's obviously empty now, but yeah. And so you can come in and take over the mortgage. The mortgage rate is under 4. I think it's 3 something. Yeah, I bought it. Well, I bought it from Comanche Grove. I bought from Richard when we were doing a live stream. Yeah, I bought it straight from him. And the student, yeah, he bought it from a student, and then they worked out their split. I don't know. I think I don't know what happened there. Well, I do know what happened there, but I think it's shady. But I'm not gonna focus on it. Yeah, so that was that property. But yeah, great deal. I mean, I bought it for 10,000, I think, from him, and she just let it go. That's the one that she was really frustrated with her. The big problem, again, the problem that we solved in that one was the renters were hostile. She didn't like the way they were doing things. They weren't paying her on time, and it was really frustrating for her. And so I actually came in and talked to the renters. They were super nice. The way they got paid was every 2 weeks, and so they were struggling to get all of it at the beginning of the month. And so we just worked out a deal that they could stay and just pay every 2 weeks. Worked out perfect. So you never know what the problem is. So it's just solving those problems. Oh yeah. No, I mean, if you're getting paid bi-weekly, it's like that's all you can do. All right, Silas, what's going on?
How's it going, Trent?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I guess I was just curious if how I could be more involved in the back end side of things.
Be available for phone calls. We'll keep you involved with all of it. I think we have actually. We've because this one that we got of yours. Let's go into it real quick.
I just heard that it was no good, pretty much, from Kate. But
hammered. Yeah, it is. It's eerie, right? was on Erie Street.
Yeah, it's on Erie.
So here's what I got. We sent out a there's another wholesaler in that area that knows a lot about a lot, and so they helped us out. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've kept you involved. What do you feel like you haven't been part of? Because we try to call you every single time something happens. Here's what they said about the foundation. I put it in the chat. The foundation crew quoted him $32,000 to repair 3 of the 4 walls, and the investor that they had said it's going to be another $50,000 to fix the rest of the home. And so his offer would have been $10K cash because of how much work it needed. So
right. I just no. Well,
Yeah.
my thing is I get updated when I message you guys. Like I haven't heard anything until I say, like I have to check in all the time with Kay. Hey, any update? Any update? And
100%. Yep, you're responsible to check in with us. I'm not going to chase you down. Not even a chance.
No, I know I do, but then even when there is an update and I don't hear,
I got that update. I got that update at 8:02 a.m. So you're hearing about it in an hour. See what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make sure you understand your responsibility too. Is to it's not that when we JV with you, it's not, hey, we're taking it over and we're doing everything.
Well, right, but that's what kind of has
been.
I would like to be more involved instead of you guys just taking over and handling everything.
Yeah, you have to be proactive. So a lot of times when we call, you're usually working on your home, right? Aren't you doing a fix and flip?
Yeah, I'm available all the time. I'm self-employed, so I'm by my phone all the time. Like I'm there to answer any phone calls I get. And
just tell me, is it something you're frustrated with? I'm getting that sense.
I mean, I wouldn't say frustrated. It's just something I'd like to work out. How we can be in. But like I signed the JV as like a partnership, and then I feel like it just is kind of you guys take over and do your own thing, and it'd be nice to be more involved and know what's going on.
Okay, describe exactly what you mean by more involved, because at 8 o'clock I got an email and I just sent it to you. It's 9 o'clock and we're talking about it. So help me out so I know.
Well, maybe I'd like to learn what you guys got going on, so eventually I could do it. I guess would be the main thing.
Yeah, of course.
I asked for update from you, and then Kate always texts me. She goes, "Hey, whenever you have questions, just ask me. Leave Trent alone." I'm like, "Well, that's kind of weird."
That's not weird. No. Do you have anybody? So when you have your buddy there helping you out with the fix and flip, does he make all the decisions?
What do you mean?
Well, you don't. I mean, you rely on him to help you build. He's not going to come and say, "Hey, should I put this nail in that thing?" I've got a team that helps me out. I can't be, especially on deals that aren't terrific, because this one was, Also, your things we found out is that your guy was the guy that is selling it for his uncle is the wholesaler. He wasn't selling it for his uncle. And so that's something I expect you to vet out beforehand. And so buying from wholesalers never is going to go well because they want their piece too. So more than likely he got it for,
But see, that'd be good information to have right there too. I never even knew that until just now.
But that's for you but that's what you needed to vet that to us. We shouldn't have had to gone and find that out. That's what I'm saying. There's a responsibility you have. Okay. It's not just set it and forget it and hope you get some, updates. And I mean, when we get updates, we give them to you. That's what I'm saying. So like the update we just got, we worked over the weekend. I'm not going to call you every time I call them and say, like over the weekend, I must have called them 4 or 5 times. Like, hey, checking in. Did you guys get the people over to look at it? I'm not going to then say, oh wait, I got to call Silas and tell them I just called them and they didn't answer. Doesn't make sense. It's too much. I've got way too many things going on.
I don't think you're understanding me here properly, but that's okay.
No, tell me. No, help me understand.
Well, like I said, after I signed the JV, it's kind of like you guys go ghost and do your own thing. And then when I ask for updates,
okay. Well, here's the deal, and I can fix this in a heartbeat. It's so simple. Don't JV with us.
Okay.
It's that simple. How far? I mean, what have you done? How many buyers have you chased?
No, not because I don't know how, and I would like to know how, and that's what you guys aren't. I mean, I get that's where you make your money. Teach us that.
You do know how. You can get on the phone. You can get on Facebook. You can find people. That's what we're doing. But I'm not going to spend any time explaining to you that we just made 10 phone calls and nobody answered. I'm just not going to. There's no reason for it. But if you don't want to JV with us, I'm okay with that too. I've got plenty of work to do.
Trent, if I didn't want to JV, I wouldn't have signed the JV 5 times. I mean, that's not what I'm going at again. I'm just trying to get some traction here. I mean, I don't know where to start.
Of course, we all are. I'm frustrated too. I mean, I wish we could get traction on this one. It's not a deal. That's the biggest.
I'm just saying. I know this one's not a deal, sure, but it's been the same kind of process for the last 5 or 6 contracts that I've submitted. It just, you guys go ghost after I signed the JV.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Here's how I'll solve this problem. We're not going to JV with you anymore because you're not satisfied with the way we do things. I'm okay with that. So you don't have to go through the frustration anymore. You're a little rough on my own gate, and I hear about it, and so I don't love it. And so we're just not going to JV with you. I'm sorry, but that's just going to be the deal. Your expectations are way too high. You're expecting, like, you haven't made any effort at all to find a buyer. I expect you to find a buyer too. We're in a race. Like, that's the whole reason we do 30, 30, 40. You've got 40% out there that you're just ignoring and you haven't chased. You even admitted, like, I haven't looked for any buyers. Why not?
Like I said, don't know where to start, but that's fine. I guess I go my own way.
Okay, cool. That works. Thanks, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, if we JV with you, I really want you to be proactive as you possibly can be. There's a million ways to find buyers. This house we're talking about was a tough house. I mean, it needed a ton of work. It looked like a bomb went off in it. There was a wholesaler that was selling it. He lied to Silas and said that he was doing it for his uncle, but he wasn't. He was what we call a daisy chainer. He found it and he thought he'd make a couple $100 off of trying to sell it. But again, I love helping you guys, but I'm not here 24/7 to hold your hand through the entire thing. I'm more than happy to talk to you. Like, we just found out this morning at 8 o'clock what the update was. We just shared it with them. And so, I mean, I can JV with you and you can come into the live any single time you want between 8 and 10 Pacific. Ask all the questions you want, ask for updates. You can talk to me directly there. But you can't complain about it if it's not working out. Most of these don't work out. That's the truth. I mean, it takes a lot of effort from a lot of people. And so we're all here to help. But once it gets to be a pain, it's not worth it for me because I've got plenty of other things going on. Okay, so that's put to bed. Sorry about that, Silas. I'm sorry we didn't come through for you. Okay, let's see who else. Who else we got? Let me check the chat, see if there's any questions. Yeah, Ron, I totally get it. But this is a great topic, you guys. I really would love to hear from you guys. What does that mean, hands-on coaching? Does that mean every single time I get on the phone? Let's see. Agreed. When people JV, that should be stated verbally because everyone thinks JV means they're going to watch and listen. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. It's something that happens because countless people I'll call and they don't answer. And so I try one time to call somebody. If I'm working with them and they're not answering, they're not answering. My feeling is that most people are coming in and then when they JV, they disappear. And so that's why I knock it down to 30% instead of 50-50 because, I mean, again, guys, I've done 3,200 of these. Most of those were not deals because they weren't vetted correctly at the beginning. And so I'm more than happy to help you guys, but you got to put in a huge effort because I'm putting in a huge effort. That's my whole point. Mr. Saint, what you got to add?
No, I was hearing you talking. I was on the line, and I'm not sure if I came in on the wrong note, but
No, tell me what's up.
yeah, no, I love the way that you kind of operate, but it puts a lot of accountability on us as wholesalers, you know. So you gotta make sure you vet your deals before you even bring it on stage, guys. Like, I feel as though, you know, Trent, as I don't know, an educator, if that's the right word,
Sure.
can, you know, show you as much as he can. But to be honest, if it's a bad deal, it's a bad deal. You
Yeah,
know,
and that's
and
really that, yeah, and the amount of effort it takes to get these things going. I mean, when it's an excellent deal, you'd be shocked how fast it is. There's nothing to learn because the buyer's like, "Yep," and then you're done. Bad deals, and like the perfect example is this deal. I mean, I can show it to you guys. It's basically a bombed out house that Silas was duped by the guy. He's a daisy chainer, but he said that he was selling it for his uncle. He made it sound like it was a great deal at, I think, what were we at? Like 40,000, something like that. And we just found out it needs $82,000 worth of work to even get it livable. This isn't like, you know, the foundation's $32,000. There's huge cracks in it. It's a mess. And I mean, part of what I did is I got a team that said that they wanted to go look at it. And so I let them go look at it. And so Silas was a part of all that. He got us access to the house. So I'm just a little bit confused at what more we're supposed to be doing. I know it didn't sell, and so I know that part's frustrating. What do you think? Mr.
yeah,
Saint?
100%. Like, we have to know that the hard part about wholesaling is getting it under contract for us. But once we get under contract, that's just the first step, guys. The next step is the dispo process, and that's a whole nother beast in itself. And that's why it's important, I feel, to get as many homes under contract as you can, as much as you can, and don't hang your hat on one deal. Shoot your emails, do your calls, and I find that calls for me is more effective, but other people find email more effective, you know, and they're able to shoot more offers to agents that way. For me and Trent, or the way that Trent teaches, is to get the motivation. When you're just sending out blind offers, it's really difficult for them to wrap their head around what you're saying. As a realtor myself, I didn't know a bunch of little excerpts that Wholesale has taught me. And if I were to just see a seller finance deal, I wouldn't even know what to make of it, to be honest with you. And I know Richard in the other group says that, oh, it's a part of your training, but it's not. You know, like RTD, I probably spent in real estate education in my first year upwards of $20,000, and nothing was covered in terms of wholesaling or in terms of seller finance. And I can guarantee that to you. In 2022, my my end of the year budget that of expense was $36,900. That's what I spent in real estate. That next year, I probably spent about 50 grand. And to be honest with you, I sold 2 properties the next year, no properties the first year. So I was out $36,000 my first year. And then another $80,000, and I broke even my third year. And after my third year, I said to myself, I don't know if this is worth it.
Right.
And I probably, in wholesale, to date spent about $200 and have more, and I feel more educated in the real estate process than I did in 3 years as a realtor, to be honest with you. I'm still licensed, but I'm inactive. However, MLS alone is like $5,000, guys. So you have to understand that putting an effort into this is, if you're not in it for the long run, then you don't understand sales. Sales is a long game. I think I'm saying that right. You have to play
Yeah.
the long game.
100%. 100%. No, you're dead on. And you know, I hate beating up Silas, but I just need a huge, anybody that has stood out to me, you, Mr. Saint, Tyrell, it's the consistency. It's the consistency of what they're saying. And it's, you know, Tyrell is here every single morning. He was the first guy for like 3 weeks. Since he hasn't, because he had some, you know, he's had some illness in the family, but and his computer took a crap, so he had his reasons. But I see that consistency, and so like I'm massively available for 2 hours every single morning, except for Sundays. And so for somebody to say, "Oh, I didn't know what was going on," like it's like, well, you could have come in at any time and talked to me here, no problem. I'm here. A lot of times, and you guys have been here, nobody's getting on stage. Plenty of opportunity to do it. So if I JV with you, I expect a lot from you, just like you expect a lot from me. It's that simple.
110%. I think this is a huge wake-up call for the community as well, because you know, this is a job. You know what I mean? This is kind of like, you kind of have to put, you know, you can look at it however you want to look at it, but you know, to me, this is you know, the real work that we're putting in calling these people, and it all depends on your character, your attitude that day, and maybe 5 or 10 minutes we should spend just motivating, you know what I mean, the crowd.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah,
know,
no, I mean, getting on the phone is
motivational
everything.
speak.
I beg you guys to get on the phone. Like that is all I care about. And you see it. I mean, I've showed you guys example after example after example of getting on the phone and finding 3 leads that I wasn't even calling about. You know, it's like, you know, well, this one's not, you know, not what you want, but hey, we've got these other 2. Take a look at those. And I'm like, awesome. They just handed those to me. That's free. So it's really important to realize that it's a huge effort. First of all, it's a huge expense for me. I've got a team that is working for you when we're doing JVs. You're not paying for that. I'm paying for that. And so that's part of my 30% that I'm going to get. But when it doesn't happen, I get 0%. I still have to pay my team. Like, so I don't know. I get a little hot under the collar when people say, "Oh, no, you didn't do what you said you were going to do," and I'm like, "Then we're good. I don't need to work with you." I mean, that's all I'm doing is what I said I was going to do. And so if it's not recognized, then I'm good. I'm good to go.
100%. Ron said that setting expectations up front. I think, Ron, we're trying to do that right now. We're trying to, if it wasn't clear before, yeah, the expectation is for us to, you know, dial, and for Trent to dispo. But with dialing, you have to understand that you're just kind of getting it under contract and moving on. Keep dialing, moving on, because it's not a guarantee that a deal is a deal to a certain individual, like that certain end buyer. They may not look at your deal as a deal. It may make sense to us, but for them financially, it may not make sense, or they may want better terms. So we negotiate that on the back end to make sure that the end product serves you. You know, like I guess not end product, or end result is what you expect, but there is a clause there. It could not go the way that we all want it to go, and that's just life. You know what I mean?
Well,
I know you're
that's
writing right now, and
Yeah, 100%. That's wholesaling. Hey, the deal is, and with this one is Silas. Go out and get it for $5,000. You know, it's like that's where you're gonna make your money. And so I've given you all the information. The buyers that are out there are saying no. So you got to get it cheaper. I mean, I've even said his offer would be $10,000. So I have a buyer. I have a buyer at $10,000, but not at the 40 or whatever we're asking for. So that's the whole thing. Hey, Ron, what's going on? I appreciate your insight, though. You know, the expectations. I would hope that every single day for 2 hours, I set the expectations, but maybe I'm not. You're on mute, Ron, just so you know. Oh boy, it's not working for you, I think.
And I also have, I guess, a class or a live that I'm doing as well for newer people that are coming in. I'll go through what you need to get started and run you through it from step one. So on my live for newer people in the community, you could also tune in and watch that. Trent goes a little bit more in depth. I just set the tone, and from there, every single morning, 2 hours, every single morning, Trent will go over exactly how to execute what I'm talking about, if that's not apparent.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Can you guys hear me now, Trent?
Now we can hear you. How are you?
All right, good. Sorry, I'm new to this whole
Cool.
platform and whatnot. So I'm still learning how to turn on my mic and my camera at one time.
I always say if you're 12 years old,
yeah,
you'd know how to do it.
Right. My son will probably know how to maneuver this better than I do. Yeah. But yeah, Trent, you know, I think, again, for people that I believe in, and again, this is just my 2 cents. I've been in the industry for quite a while, and I do it with my clients as well as with my team. And they come in, the first thing they do is they set expectations, and I have them sign a contract with the expectations. Know what to expect out of me, what to expect out of them. But the we have is we have a CRM where we have notes, and they're invited to the notes where they cannot make any changes to notes, but they could see all the conversations that are going through, because it is, you know, most people don't understand wholesaling and real estate in general is not just a one-person team. They have, you know, you definitely have several hands in the pot that are working, you know, simultaneously together to achieve a goal. And it's not just sit back, hey, here's my deal, and sit back and wait for the money. It doesn't really work like that. And I don't know if most people are under that false, you know, impression that that's how wholesaling is, and it's not. It's, as you said, it's work. We got to put the time in. We got to put the effort in, and again, I don't know what your splits are, Trent. You know, again, I'm new to the group.
My splits are 30% me, 30% the student, and 40% for whoever finds the buyer. So I want to incentivize, and this is part of what I'm trying to do, is incentivize you to go figure out how to find buyers. I've had people say, "Well, it's not fair. You've got investor lift." I'm like, well, fair or not, I paid for it, and you know, like, I don't know what's fair. You can get on Facebook, you can get on Craigslist, you can call, like, you can be clever and try to figure out ways to sell it as well. I mean, that's what I want people to do, and that's why I incentivize them with 40%. So they can walk with 70%, which is way more than hold my hand gives you 60. If you find the buyer, and that teaches you. And so if you're going to get motivated, that's the way to get motivated. As far as having a CRM, I've got better in a CRM. I've got 2 hours where you can come in and talk to me anytime you want, and I'll talk to you about anything you want, and I'll give you the updates like we just did. But my frustration is when I hear from my team that somebody's being a little bit brash with them, and I'm done. I'm not going to even play that game.
Yeah, and you handle it very well. Yeah,
I appreciate
you handle it very well.
No, and I like Silas. That's the hard part. Is I really like Silas. I think he's a good kid. He's doing his own fix and flip. He's on the road to doing it. But I can only do what I can do. And like, to say you can't get a hold of me is crazy, because I'm here 2 hours a day. You can get hold of me.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah,
I get your I get your alerts very early in the morning. I try to jump on as early as I can, but yeah, it's good information, Trent, and you're doing a great job. So just keep at it, man. Don't let nobody
I
tell you
appreciate
different.
that, Ron. Where are you from, Ron? Where do you live?
Right here, Southern California, Orange County.
Oh, we're neighbors. I forgot. Okay, you're whereabouts in Orange County? I'm in Newport.
Yeah, I'm over here by Fullerton area, North Orange County.
Sweet, awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, yeah, not too far away. Yeah, we definitely have to hook up soon.
You're not buying in California at all, are you?
You know, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, maybe on a later day. But yeah, most of my properties, I've never bought anything out of state. I just came back from Arizona looking at 2 properties in Phoenix, but everything that I buy here is exclusively California. So I've been doing this for 25, 26 years. I use my own money. I've never gotten, financing. If anything, I'll do seller financing, creative financing, but never hard money loans. I stay away I don't know why. I have this thing about, I don't like that pressure.
Sure, absolutely.
My own terms. And, with these hard money loans, I know they get very expensive very quickly. And any change in, in the plans can be very detrimental to any buyer or investor. So I don't know, at least that's my input, right? But that's how how you're able to duplicate your efforts by not just doing one property at a time. But I'm not trying to get rich, I do maybe about 5, 6 a year, looking to,
Great.
beef that up, maybe about like 15, no more than 20. I'm not trying to overwork myself. I just, I like that work-life balance. I have, I've been in the game for so long, I put more value on my time than I do on my money. So,
Smart.
but yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. You're doing in California. It's tough. I own a couple in California, but it's brutal tax-wise.
It is. It definitely is. We get a little bit creative. I have a CPA firm, so yeah, it kind of helps to kind of maneuver stuff around and shift paperwork, if you would, legally, of course. But yeah, you got to know the laws and what you can and cannot get away with.
Yep, absolutely. All
Yeah.
right, good stuff. Well, I
So, yeah,
appreciate
we'll definitely hook up. Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can DM me anytime.
Awesome, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Okay, bud.
All right,
Take it
guys.
easy.
Yeah. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Later. All right, good guy. Okay, cool. Let's see. Anybody else got anything? Let's switch to actually working. I apologize. That took way longer than it should have. Anybody looking for a property? You want me to find your property? Let's get you on the phone with the realtor. If you're nervous about making phone calls, raise your hand. I'll put you on a phone with somebody right now. I did it with, I don't know, did I do it with Mr. Saint? I feel like I did. And then I know I did it with Tyrell. And these guys are now both doing their own live streams because they got no, maybe I didn't do it with Mr. Saint. He's a realtor, so he's done before. But Tyrell was the best. Jazz, that's who the other one was. And we'd love to hear from him. I was hoping he'd be in here. He's got a huge deal going on that we're waiting to hear if it went through. But I want to put you on the phone. I do something that's completely entertaining for me, and I just make you make a phone call. A lot of you have sat in front of your computer at night doing your lists and making all the, doing all the analyzing of all the deal. And I don't want you to do that anymore. I want you to, and I can show you my process real quick, but I want you to do it like this. First of all, Atlas is a great way to get this done. It's amazing. But if you can't afford Atlas, Atlas is $75 a month. And it is by far all in one, awesome. But if you want to, and I'll show you this, and I've got it integrated because I like both of them. In fact, for $100, for under $100, you can have both, and that's what I would do. The other one is Real Estate Deal Analyzer. I can never remember the name. Real Estate Deal Analyzer, and it's an extension that you can find in the Google extension shop. Is that what it's called? Ryan's going to correct me. I can already feel it. Let me see. Oh, Chrome extension. The Chrome web store. There it is. Yeah. So if you type in real estate, But also I think we've got a link that's probably in the chat. Real estate. See, this is the problem. I can't type. I think all you have to do is deal, and it comes up. So, yeah, it's the first one right there. Boom, and you add this extension. Here's what I'm going to show you as I'm going through this. So we're going to do. This is a showing up both of them, but here's my process. So I go to lead gen in Wholesale Atlas because it's an easiest way to find where you want to be. I've done it enough that I know good cities and good states, and I know bad ones. So if I wanted to find something in, let's go to, where haven't we been? Well, let's go to Youngstown, Ohio. So Ohio's a great state. For some reason, the rents are high, the prices are low. You can do some damage in Ohio. Here's what I do. So Youngstown, there's only 48 leads, which is good. So we can go through those pretty quickly. We go by price, low to high. Okay. And so, and then always apply your filters. And so right away, we can see here's one for 30,000. Here's one for 55,000. But what we're doing is we're looking at how they respond rent-wise. So if the rent is 1% of the purchase price, 1% on this one would be $590 a month. So these first are kind of, well, this one's not hammered at all. So this one, if the rent was $730, this is one to call on. And it's that simple. So I take it, I look at it. I think we've seen this one before. I don't know if this is somebody's, I don't want to do this one because I think somebody else is calling on that one. Did I put notes on it? It's way too familiar. I know that one. Let me find a different Ohio. I think we've kind of done Ohio pretty good. And let's see what else is. Let me just do a.
Yeah, that one was mine.
Okay, cool. I was like, wait, this looks like something. How's it going with that one?
They want full asking, and they don't want seller
asking, huh?
finance term. Yeah.
Oh, boo. Okay. Well, let's look at it. Hang on, just 1 minute. Full asking, 73,000. Okay. I don't hate that number. Have we already done this? I feel like we've done this. 73,000.
Yeah, we've done this. Yeah.
But what's it? And it is the 940 is right?
900.
Oh, 900. Oh, yeah, the full asking doesn't really cash flow a ton. It's not a great deal. So it cash flows. Okay, see how that's red, guys? That doesn't mean negative. If it's in parentheses, it means negative. This is just saying, if you ever have a question why things are happening, just go to this little I, and it's just saying a good net revenue is 300 or more, or poor is 300 or less. So that's why it's red. Yeah, so it's a 12% deal. Yeah, if they're asking full asking. Okay, never mind. I knew we'd done that one. I'm like, wait, why does this look so familiar? Okay, so cities in Ohio. Let's find one that Sandusky. I haven't hit Sandusky, Ohio. Let's do that. So that's the way I find, when I'm doing lead gens, I want to find places that aren't overly saturated because I've hit a lot of them. But again, houses come up every single day. So don't let that be a reason for not doing it. Sandusky, Ohio. Also, Michigan's good too, from what we've seen. Okay, and again, I go in, I go price, low to high, and I apply the filters. And I always like going down here first and just putting it at so we can see 60 at once. So let's look and see. This looks like it might be just land, so I'm going to move on from that. This one's 89,000, but it looks pretty hammered. But the normal rent's 1,200. So again, that's one to call on. Let's see what's going on with it. Potentially there's renters inside, but maybe not because it looks like these windows are blown out. But that's what I do. Like, okay, let's see. We'll see what it says. As I'm calling the realtor. Okay, did you see me go to a calculator? Did I go to anything else? No, I'm just going to call because the realtor has all your information. Okay, nobody else has the information but the realtor. And so let's go to the realtor and find out what's up. this simple. As that's ringing, because I'm going to have to call a bunch of times because nobody ever answers, I'm looking at what is going
Hi,
on.
this is Jeff Smith with Professional Realty Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Sandusky Hardware. I'm sorry I can't answer my phone right now.
And a
For
hardware.
the quickest response, if you hang up the phone and send me a text message.
So I respect the way that he did that, because he sent me a thing saying right away that he couldn't talk right now. And so what I can do, I go right into this. I go, here's the address, I copy it. And if you have a Mac and an iPhone, you can do a copy and paste. Otherwise you have to just type it in. And then I just send him a quick message. So I start it with the address, and then I say, thanks for your response. This is Trent Kamerman. I saw this property and I would love to get more information. There's no real pictures, so I just wanted to see what else you could tell me. Please call me at your earliest convenience. Okay, so super nice, not yelling at them like I did the guys yesterday. And then I send my card to them too at the same time, so they know I'm legit and I'm not just some guy calling out of the blue. Okay, so then I go right here. I just remind myself that I texted them, hit save, and then you can go here and hit that, and that saves it as well. But at the same time, here's the beauty of Real Estate Deal Analyzer. Boom, confirmation of the rents. It's $1,000, and let's see what Atlas said. 1,200. So I'm going to drop that down to 1,000 just to make sure that I'm still being. And so I'm taking that one out. So we'll say 1,000. I put it in both just because that decides which one's which. And so we know it will cash flow at 1,000, 383. But how cool is it that this is green? The reason it's green is it's saying that one, this HUD approved rental amount for this property type and location is part of the 1% rule. And that's my favorite rule. That's how we call on these. And so the other cool thing is it says capture property. So when I capture a property, I go down here and I say save property, and then I can go into my dashboard, and now I've got a CRM that is hanging onto my properties. Okay. And what did I do wrong, Ryan? I did something wrong. User error. Hang on, let's see, capture property. Save property. I'm going to try to capture it again. It should say, yep, so it says already there. Then I go to my dashboard. There it is. Okay, I did something wrong. So now I've got this property saved, and so I know that I can look at it later. I know that I already texted the realtor, but I can do it from here too. I can call, if you guys don't want to use your own cell phone, this provides you directly to Google Voice, a way to, I mean, it's got a dialer too. Seriously, 29 bucks, 30 bucks. But if you use my link, 20 bucks forever, not just a one-time thing. So $20 more. So now you've got Atlas and that for less than PropStream. I'm just saying. Okay, so now that we looked at this one, I'm harding it here. See, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, so I know now it's in my dashboard here too. So I know when I come back that I can find it. In fact, I could probably get rid of some of these, but I won't right now. Okay, and then I go back to lead gens. Let's see what the next one is. Okay, guys, I just called on a house, got the ball rolling in less than a minute or two. I didn't sit down. I didn't do any analysis, any kind of analysis. Okay, so now we're moving on to this one. 89,000. It needs to be 900 bucks a month. This one's saying it's 1,600. Let's look at it. Okay, so looks pretty cool. Again, when there's only 3 pictures, it doesn't mean it's hammered inside. It means it could be rented. And so then we just look at this real quick. It's 1,400 square feet. It's pretty big. And then I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm just going to call. So now this is my second call. And staying organized is everything, guys. You got to keep organized. And so a lot of times, if I really like a house, I'll put the realtor's address. I mean, I'll save his name and the address of the property, so I know who's calling back. But I'm not loving these. I'm just showing you the process. Okay, so this is 1919 Hancock. Okay, and
I love this.
hey, what's going on? I'm calling about 1919 Hancock. What can you tell me? There's no pictures, and so I was just trying to figure out.
She's been there for about 40 years, so we
Oh,
decided, yeah, yeah.
Okay. What does she pay rent? Do you know? Just so I can get an
She
idea.
pays $700 a month.
Oh, lucky her.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, and it sounds like, are you the owner of it?
No, I'm just a realtor. I also help the owner manage it, but ultimately, yeah, just a real estate agent.
Okay, gotcha. How old is? I mean, I'm assuming she's probably in her 80s or 70s. Yeah.
Probably in her 60s, probably 70s.
Okay, and kicking her out is not even going to be an option. Am I right?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Okay.
That wants, nope.
Yeah, that's
for the same reason.
Well,
Like,
a big part of it is it doesn't cash flow if that's 700.
absolutely.
Yeah, so it's
And,
like,
I mean, you could raise the rent on her, but I mean, you can take it up to $1,300 a month right away.
yeah, I'm not doing that.
So,
I already like her too much to do that to her.
and she is that sweet.
Dang it, that's not okay. What do you have any other properties that are good?
The one at 4 West Monroe. And I will tell you this, as far as the Hancock Street, when we had an aggressive buyer like a week ago that I'm shocked the seller did not accept their offer. But there is another one on West Monroe, 1204 West Monroe, that's a little bit nicer.
Okay.
And the tenant there doesn't barely even live there. She's had her electric shut off.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, can you hold on 1 second?
Yeah, go for it. No problem.
There's a bee there. Yeah. Okay. I called somebody. He's bringing us bee spray unless you want to walk through it or wait. No, I'm saying walking back down. No, just leave it on. So yeah, if you want to check that out, I'm doing some appraisals.
No
right
problem. Do your thing. That's totally cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check out Monroe and I'll text you if. And so you said they're there, and what's the rents there?
One's $1,200 a month.
Okay,
she's on Section 8 house.
Oh, and she's part of Section 8. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And does that one cash flow, or are we not?
The asking price on that one's $95,000, and I'm sure the owner would negotiate on that. But yeah, $1,200 a month, and tenant pays all utilities.
Okay. Oh, and they pay the utilities as well.
Correct.
Eesh. Yeah. So it doesn't even cash.
It's just a single family. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, hey, thanks so much. I appreciate you taking the time. See you.
Thank you.
Okay. Called on one, got another one, but neither one are good. The thing with when they say there's a renter there for 40 years, I don't touch them. It's one of those things, unless you're willing to lose money for quite a while, and you really, it's kind of morbid that you're just kind of waiting for them to die so you can raise rents and get in there and fix it up. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with that because I don't want to be the guy kicking somebody out. That's not my thing, and I don't want to sell it to somebody that has to do that as well. The second one, he said it's nicer, which I don't know. But at 95,000, I do it at their asking price. And even though the PITI, do they have a loan? They're spending 783. This is wrong. Hold on. I was like, that's way too. So it cash flows, but $177 a month. So you just have to decide: do I want to put $100,000 just to get $177 a month? Probably not. If that number was $500 a month, then I'd think about it. But then we just move on. A big part of this whole business is learning when to move on. Let's not spend a ton of time beating our head against the wall. And I'll go back to, not to beat you up, Silas, if you're still here. No, he left. But his property, the one thing that did come out of it was we met some wholesalers that had good buyers in his area, wherever that was. Where is it? I think it's on Erie. I can't remember. Hold on, sorry. Oh, in Kansas. And so take the wins where you can take the wins. Like they're a good couple guys that's what they do all day is they go around and they chase houses and they look at them for you. And so if I need anything in Wichita, and I'll pass this all along to Silas as well, but I developed a relationship with these guys. They're super nice guys. We did a whole video walkthrough. He's a good dude. And I feel bad. I feel bad that, I didn't call Silas right away. It's because I didn't know we were going to do a video walkthrough. I called him and he's like, "Hey, I'm here." And I'm like, "Oh, sweet." I am not going to say, "Hey, well, wait, hold on. Let me get the, it's awkward. It doesn't make sense. And it kind of would lose the deal to say I'm going to bring somebody else in on the call. I wouldn't even think of it. Okay. So that's my process really quick. Again, the best part is when you view it on Zillow and you have the extension as well as Atlas, you get kind of a second look and you get to see, okay, 1220. That's the guy said that the rents on this one were 1200. So we're kind of dead on. It's just a nice way to see another one. Also a nice way to see that it does cash flow positive. In our world, it doesn't cash flow positive enough to sell it. So it's not that great. It does cash flow positive, but it's a 10% cash on cash. So that's why we're moving away from it. But kind of cool that we got, when we're talking to them. I don't know if you guys see the way I talk to realtors is I'm right to the point. I kind of want to do this. I want to call a realtor and play the, "Hey, how's your day going? Just what's happening? What you got plans this weekend? That whole crap." I don't do any of that. I want to see 20% that's sellable. Okay, so cash on cash is 20%. That's where. So nope, you're going to cost yourself way more taking on a long-term tenant like that. Yeah, it would cost so much. You'd be losing so much every month. But I also don't want to be that guy. Hey guys, Outlaw of Torn, if you ever need help with the real estate deal analyzer, he's your guy because it's his deal. He developed it. And he's right here with us. And so he also does a live stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. Throw in what time yours is, 2:00, I think. And he'll help you out. It's a great tool. And he did some upgrades recently that made me he kind of turned me. I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now it's making sense. And it's the thing that I love about it. And here, I'll just show you. Is this is green. It tells me to call. Watch this. Look over here. So these are all the ones that are in that. Well, shoot, that's a bad example. Okay, there we go. These are all the ones in Sandusky. Okay, so everything on my screen that I'm putting, it populates over on this right-hand side. If you use Zillow, I've gotten so spoiled with Wholesale Atlas that I don't use Zillow as much anymore. But boom, oh, that's our one that we called on. And so you're just rolling down and green. Oh, that's the other. That's the one that the guy offered, and we didn't even know it was on market. So, guys, this tells you, I'm not even worrying about these. I don't even have to think about it. It does everything for me. None of this works for me. It's all red. Oh, there's a green. Okay. So, but it's a mobile home, and so I'm out. But it gives you that's Sandusky. We just ran through so many. It saved you so much time. You didn't call on any of these and get find out the rents are bad. You got it all right here. Here we go. Another one. This one's to call on. You know what? I'm going to call on it. Let's. I'm going to put this over into Atlas as well. Okay, that's kind of nice, right? So let's, I'm going to put it into Atlas as well, just because I've gotten, sadly, kind of hooked on Atlas, and so it's my way of doing things, and it's super fast. Okay, and so as you'll see, I'm just making another phone call. I'm not waiting around. I'm not trying to figure out what's what. I know if it's 1% that it's got legs. It means that it's going to, there's going to be a potential for this one. So let's see what the potential is. And more times than not, when you're calling these small towns, you might run into realtors that know each other. It's like, oh, you just called my buddy. We're at lunch together. We're having a bagel. So we're calling. Okay, this is Jeff Smith. Okay, as the phone's ringing, I'm looking at their price, $139. So I'm going to call it $140 to make it easier. I see the rents are $1,500, so it's close to the 1%. Like it's just above the 1%, which is good.
Hi, this is Jeff Smith with Professional
But I
Realty
see it's only
Services and Sandusky Hardware.
okay. That's the same guy that we. That is the same guy. I knew we'd do that. He's going to tell me. He's the one I texted. So I'll text him as well and say, and I'll just say, hey, saw that you had another listing too that you came across. And so right away, I'm going to be copying and pasting this one. Yeah, because the other one was on Fillmore. This one's on Stone. So copy, paste it, put it in. Boom. Yeah, I was searching around and I found this one too. It looks like it's yours. I'd love to talk to you about both of them. Okay. So now he's like, oh, okay, sweet. This guy's he's on the hunt in Sandusky. Okay, so I'm giving you guys easy ways of figuring out how to find these things, but more importantly, how to call on them. Like just call. Don't waste your time analyzing it. Any kind of analysis can come later. So the other important thing that I do is right off the bat, at their asking price, I like to throw it in and say, okay, at 140, does it cash flow? Well, cash flow is $100 a month. So not sellable, but it gives us something to complain about when we talk to them. So when I talk to this realtor, I'm going to say, hey, I really appreciate your price, but at that price, it doesn't cash flow. And they'll be like, yeah, we know. And so I'm like, yeah, so at what I would usually offer is about 70,000, so 50% of it. So I'm looking at something a little bit lower, probably in the 70s to get it to cash flow correctly. So, this is good, a good purchase. Then I see, oh, wait, they've got a 2%, $26,000 loan. Okay, so if I say, hey, what if I take over your loan? Let's see if I could do like a $100,000 deal here. See what $100,000. Okay, 386, still pretty good. So we just get a quick analysis of what our thresholds are. So I'd love to get it for 70. We know they owe 26. So at 70, it's going to be basically 100,000 because they're gonna have to pay some of theirs. So that 100,000 is where I'm looking. I mean, more than likely that's where their dream is. But if I offer the 70 and they're super angry about that, then I just switch over to seller financing and I say, well, it looks like you've got a $20,000, $26,000 bill due. I would come in here and let's check the numbers. If we were going to do a $20,000 down payment, that covers, sorry, 26,000 probably, right? That would cover their mortgage, and a payment to the seller of 1/4 of that rent. So 1,500 divided by 4. The payment to the seller is going to be about $375. Okay, so if we do 375, let's see what our numbers do. Now we're making $710 a month if we do that. Cash is even 30%, even though we put down a huge down payment. So this would potentially be a way we could solve our problem. I like to go 10 years or 100 years. That could be a potential, that we can come in and say, hey, I can give you your offer price. I can even give you 26,000 down, but it's all on a set of payments, and I can pay you 375 for the next 10 years. And they don't need to know this, but I'll know that I'm getting 710 a month, and I'll know that it's a 30% cash on cash, which is sellable. That's the whole idea. Okay. So there you have it. So waiting for that guy to call me back on 2 different houses. So I will, like I did before, I'll go to Zillow. I'll take the real estate deal analyzer. I'll capture my property, so I have it for later. Always make sure you roll down and hit save property. He's also potentially going to put that at the top too. So, but the reason he does this, so when you go capture a property, it says it already exists. Is he wants you to run through and just make sure that the numbers are all congruent and that they're all the same. Now I've saved that, and then I go back here, and I say text on 2 properties. And I'll be able to find that later. So it will remind me that I've talked to him about 2 properties. There we go. Maybe spell it right. Okay, there we go. And so now I'm set. And then I go up here. I hit the little favorite thing, the heart it. And now it'll be on my dashboard. So I just check my dashboard. And there it isn't. Where is it? Stone. So frustrating. Sometimes it doesn't go in, but it doesn't matter because I got backed up into I've got it backed up into a real estate deal organizer. So I'm good. So it'll be there. Boom, there it is. Okay. So Atlas has got to work on that. I've been bugging them forever. But like when you save some of these, they just don't show up. So there's the process, guys. Any questions? Does anybody have any anything that doesn't make sense? Get on the phone. Please get on the phone. Trent, if you got time, I'd like to take. Hold on. Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Your calls are the most entertaining calls there are. So you are absolutely.
Yes. Really glad to be an entertainment to the crowd here.
No, let's watch. Let's see how you did.
All right.
It's always fun. Okay, trying to get total sense, but I wanted to see what is 30 you mentioned earlier today. Yeah, so real
estate deal analyzer.
Yeah, the deal analyzer is $30 a month, but with me giving you a promo code, it's $20 a month. And it's not $20 a month for 1 month, it's $20 a month for the rest of your life. So does that make sense? Okay, sorry, I was just answering the question. Okay, let's hear your who you calling, what's the story?
I just found this off of Atlas. So I'll send this over just so you kind of see what I'm doing.
Okay, and just a reminder, what are we Wholesale Atlas is $75 a month, but yeah, I've got a promo code that will get you the first month for $60. So you could be in $80, like $5 more to have both. And that's what I would suggest you do because it's nice to have both. Eric, so what kind of numbers are you going to be running when you talk to these guys?
I'm just going to call. I don't even know yet.
Perfect. And you're not going to run numbers because that's going to be your second call.
Right.
Sure.
In the description, they say showings are only for by appointment only. Does that matter or no?
I would hope it would be by appointment only. I don't think people are just going to drop by. So that, that's totally normal.
Yeah.
You think it through. Like, don't you want somebody to tell you when they're coming to your house?
Yeah, it's probably smart. Just some show up at the front porch. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. I'm gonna look at it. Do you want me to hide it?
No. I mean, I just found it. So.
Okay. So guys, don't steal this because it's a waste of time for everybody. So he's gonna call on it. If you think it's the deal that you have to have, just call Eric, talk to him about it. But I mean, don't steal it from them, because then you've got 4 people calling on a house, and you guys are all going to bump into each other. Is it that brick? Oh no, it's still okay. Okay, so pretty clean. What got you liking this one? What's the point?
4-bed, 2-bath, so I figure rents are gonna be pretty okay. They do have. I had someone ask about rental, what they're renting out for.
Okay, cool. Let's double check and see what real estate dealing laser says. Okay, it says 2,300, so you might be all right. Let's we'll plug that in as well. Yeah, 179. Okay. I just went at 2,330. Okay. Yeah, give it a go. Let's see what happens. So 2,330 is the rents.
I'll give a call.
Or potential rents. I'm gonna call it, let's call it 2,000 just to be. And then yeah, let's get a confirmation from the realtor what the rents are.
Hello.
Hi, am I talking to Mr. Wong? I'm looking for the listing off of Westmore Street in Houston. Yes, 5322 West. Oh, I'm sorry, West Over. My apologies.
3223.
5322. Pardon?
Is it official?
It looks that way. I can only see the insides.
What is the address?
5322 West Over, all one word, street in Houston.
Westover. West. Okay. Yes, how can I help you?
Are you with the listing agent on this one?
Yeah, I'm the listing agent.
Oh, you are the listing agent. My apologies. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get a couple of questions on, I see you're already rented out, so I wanted to know what the lease agreement you had going currently and what you're renting out for.
I don't have it with me. I'm at lunch right now. So what I could do is, if you can text me, this is my cell phone number.
Okay.
If you can text me the information, like your information, your name, and also which address you're looking for, so I will remember, and then I can send that to you later on this afternoon. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
All right. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Wang. Is this
Did
Mr. Wang?
Did you read the name? I don't know. I wouldn't even try to pronounce that.
Rain?
Mr. Wang?
Rain
Mr. Wang?
Wang. Rain Wang. So
Wang.
simple.
Wrong.
Rain as in like it's raining
Wang.
outside. Wang.
Wang.
You're like, is this Mr. Wang when a woman
I
answers?
thought it was a guy. Pretty honest.
Okay.
I thought it would have been a guy.
My one critique, and I seriously want to call a realtor and just do this so you see how awkward it is. Don't do small talk. Just go like, hey there, hey, I'm calling about 5322 Westover. What's going on there? Can you tell me? Boom, right into it. Not, hi, is this Mr. Wang, woman with the woman's voice that just answered the phone? Hi, I would like to, hey, Mr. Wang, it's so awkward.
Mm-hmm.